to welcome everyone this morning here to our historic event of our ISS Contact. And I'm very excited. I'm Karen Hughes. I'm your principal here at LaFayette Middle School. Thank you. And I just want to take the time to welcome all of our special guests. This is a great historic event for LaFayette Middle School. I want to give you a little background. This just didn't happen today or this week. We have an amateur radio club here at LaFayette Middle School, and it is sponsored by Jody Carter. And he came to me last year in November, and he said, "Can I try to get a grant to contact the International Space Station?" And I was like, "Cool, yes, let's try." So in February, we were notified that we were a finalist. And guys, we were really a finalist because only 18 schools in the world get to make contact with the International Space Station this year. And we're one of them, and there's only 4 in the United States.
You can take a walk like Sonny Williams, the lady we're going to be talking to. Ladies, the commander of the International Space Station is female. The lady we'll be talking to today is the current record holder for U.S. women in the history of spaceflight. What's pretty amazing about Sonny Williams is she has an 11-year-old son. And I'm sure he misses his mom. We're going to get a chance to talk with her today, 2 days after her birthday, too. So that's probably a pretty good view right there for her birthday, right? She's trying to show like she's holding the sun, you know, see those pictures. Someone 500 miles away on your little handheld walkie-talkie. Or it might be that they just pick up the microphone and talk back to you. They've actually had amateur radio in space for about 30 years. Because what they realized was, it doesn't matter how good your cell phone is or how good any of the other technology that you have is, if you have to call help and no one can hear you, that's a bad thing. And they figured that out. So now, on any trip that they're taking into outer space, there's an amateur radio on board. As a matter of fact, during mission 32, all six of the astronauts and cosmonauts on board were licensed amateur radio operators. 30 years ago, there were 2 kids that were late to elementary school because their dad was trying to talk to the space shuttle. You try to explain that to a school secretary. Needless to say, thanks, Dad. Now it's time. NA1SS, this is W4 LMS, Whiskey 4, Lima, Mike Sierra, calling NA1SS for scheduled contact. Over. Good morning, Commander Sonny Williams. Your signal's strong for us here. Are you ready for your first question? Over. Commander Williams, we're strong. Thank you very much for your contact. Are you ready for your first question?
Ready for the first question. If you guys could speak up, it's a little bit garbled. Over.
Can do. Thank you very much for the contact with Sonny. And belated happy birthday.
Thank you very much, and welcome LaFayette Middle School to the International
specific job? Over.
So I think from the second question that I had is what fuel the safety, and that was the question. We had a bucket solar array that we had 8 solar arrays, and they came to the power engine at night. Well, the daytime they got the batteries, but at night we are working on the batteries.
All right, thank you, Sonny. I was asking, does everyone there have a specific job? Over.
Everybody is sort of a jack-of-all trades. Up here we have some specific jobs. Some of us are specialists in some things, and some of us have a little bit more experience. But all of us do science experiments, medical experiments, work on the toilet, work on the computer systems and the plumbing. So all of us do all the jobs that are up here. Over.
Josh, describe a normal day on the ISS. Over.
So a normal day is not normal up here. Every day is a little bit different, but generally we wake up at 6 and we go to bed around 10. We have a couple conferences with our control centers just to go over the activities of the day, but then we could be doing medical experiments, science experiments, going out on the spacewalk, doing robotics, doing simple plumbing like I was mentioning on the toilets, and then we're working on the computer system. So every day is a little bit different. Over.
John, how do you perform daily tasks like cooking, eating, and laundry on space station? Over.
Well, luckily they made that easy for us. All the food is really prepared already. All we got to do is heat it up. So we have heaters, or we have to hydrate it to dehydrate it with hot or cold water. Laundry is not really dirty up here, so we wear our clothes for actually, a week or so, and then they turn into workout clothes, and then they get thrown in the trash used as packing material. So it's sort of just a big cycle. Over.
Nate, other than gravity, what are the differences between life in space and life on Earth? Over.
Well, actually, it is interesting. Gravity, the lack of gravity actually makes you think a little bit different. Everything that we design, the systems we have on Earth, are not that way with the influence of gravity. So it makes us think about things, how to do things a little bit different and be a little bit more creative. So everything up here has to be compatible with no gravity. For example, how do you weigh yourself up here? So we use momentum actually to do that in spring forces. So everything's different up here. Over.
Austin, what landmarks on Earth can you see from space? Over.
So we're only about 220 miles above the Earth, so we can see pretty much about 3/4 of the Earth as we're orbiting. Like over Georgia, for example, I can see all the way up into the northern parts of Canada and then all the way down to the middle parts of South America. But I can't see the Earth as a globe. So being that close, we can see things like bridges are really obvious. With Lake Pontchartrain and right there, it's very obvious. All the outlying smaller countries are obviously easy to see. Mountains, of course. Even the Statue of Liberty on a very, very clear day with a good lens you can see. Over.
Chris, between launch and re-entry, which one scares you the most and why? Over.
Well, probably entry. Launch is quick. It only takes 8.5 minutes to get to space and then also it's floating. So, you don't have that much melt once you get here. Entry is a little bit longer, and the vehicle is like extreme heating on its way back in. And then they creak and they make noises, so that's a little bit more scary. Over.
Drew, how has being in space changed your perspective of Earth and life on Earth? Over.
Hey, great question. I think when you look out at our planet, you see how lucky we are to be living on a live planet that has water and air, and we're able to be outside and enjoy even a rain shower every now and then. And so it's definitely changed my perspective. And also, makes me realize how lucky we are to be able to make me wonder why people aren't actually fighting. We're just lucky to live on a wonderful planet.
Dylan, what is the weirdest thing you have seen or experienced while in space? Over.
That's a loaded question, but probably the
exercise in space? Over.
Yes, it's interesting what we also have a weight lifting machine, which is based on Matthew, that we're lifting against. And the lights going on, and then put your feet in. And the motors that they're providing resistance, and we use buttons to hold us down on the treadmill.
John, not counting your training, how long does it take you to get to the International Space Station? Over.
Okay, so you guys about the 30
Hey, what is the interior temperature on board the International Space Station? Over.
On board the International Space Station, over.
We keep the temperature where we want it, so we keep it somewhere like around 75 degrees Fahrenheit, so it's pretty comfortable, and just a t-shirt, shorts, gets a little bit cold after you've gone working out, you're a little bit wet, but it's pretty comfortable, over.
Austin. Austin, how do you deal with coughing and sneezing in space? Over.
We have to get sick of it.
How do you deal with sickness on board? Over.
All right, guys, believe it or not, in that short period of time, she's flown from Canada, and now where they are is almost over South America. Believe it or not, she's already out of range. The International Space Station does basically from Dallas, Texas to Paris, France in 17 minutes. They're moving a little bit up there, so we've already lost contact with them, but what we can say is today at LaFayette Middle School, we got connected.